Welcome to the Kyle and Jim Fantasy Football Extraordinaire.
Welcome back. It's been a couple weeks here. We haven't seen each other.
Yeah, I had a bit of a break last week. Jackie and I we weren't in town, so we couldn't record last week. But it's good to be back. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Jim?
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good myself. Been busy. Leo's birthday was last week, or this weekend, and the weekend before that we celebrated with Vicky's family and some of my family. So 2 back-to-back birthdays. So yeah, I've been busy, but it's been good.
Well, I'm sure he's having fun. How's his arm doing?
He gets his cast off tomorrow, and he's good now. All healed up.
Good.
It's crazy how fast kids heal.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, it's 3 months.
Yeah, 2 months and you're good from a broken arm.
Mm-hmm.
2 broken bones.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. Well, I'm glad he's doing good. So yeah, well, I guess we'll just jump into the show. We're talking football on this one. So we're going to start with the NFC North, and we're just going to go in order of the games. Vikings-Chargers. I watched most of this one. Again, I wasn't in town, but we caught some of it on TV. Kind of ugly for the Vikings. They lost 24-28, which sounds good, but it looked worse than that when you watched it. I'm honestly kind of surprised it was this close. Carson Wentz, he got beat to hell and back. Surprised he finished the game, to be perfectly honest. He managed to throw for 144 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I believe Carson Wentz on IR now, too, since I wrote this up. They've officially, yeah.
He is done for the season.
Done for the season, even. Okay.
Where'd you get the score from? Because the Chargers won 37-10.
37-10. It was up there than I thought. I know where I got that score from.
I was confused. I thought this was a blowout, but maybe I was wrong.
I'm wait, that seems a lot closer than what I thought it was.
Okay.
So,
good to know.
We'll edit that out.
I must have Googled it, and that's what AI told me.
Vikings won 37-10, or Vikings lost 37-10. God,
that sounds more like it based on the stats I have in front of me here.
The rails. So
we're off to a good start, yeah. Yeah, Minnesota. Maybe all these numbers are wrong. I don't know. But I think it might have been
spitting out game information.
No, I think I pulled them off NFL. But I think when I'm scrolling down stats, the number on the right winds up being their last matchup against each other instead of the most recent one.
Oh.
You ever look at NFL.com and you're scrolling down the stats for the quarterback stats and the running back stats where I'm pulling this stuff from, and I look over and I'm like, oh, that's the matchup. I mean, if anyone's got their last outing against each other, that might be the score. Otherwise, whatever. We know what it actually was, 37-10.
Stats are good.
Stats all seem good, so. Yeah, these stats would suggest an ass whooping because Minnesota had 34 total, and both their running backs were healthy for this game. 157 yards passing, so just barely over 200. That's pathetic on offense. And it's not like the Chargers have an elite defense anymore. They had a good one to start, but it's who'd they lose? They lost their big pass rusher. I think he's still out. Khalil Mack,
he was back in this week.
Oh, is he back in?
Yeah, he was.
Maybe
that's why. Yeah. But this was the end of the ride for Wentz, even if he hadn't gotten hurt. This had to be the last game. That was just a terrible performance. Minnesota's D, they got 1 pick. I'll ignore the second part of that, what I wrote down, because the score was not shockingly close. It was a blowout. And on the Chargers side, Vidal looked really great again. Herbert kind of got back to form. It was kind of a get-right game for Chargers. They started off hot this season, and they were looking kind of weak for a while. This is a bounce back for them. I don't have much else to say about that one.
I just had a comment about Wentz that kind of ties in with what you were saying. A person with knowledge of the Vikings thinking half joke that O'Connell left Wentz in last Thursday's game because Brosmer, who was a quarterback they just drafted out of the state of Minnesota for one particular reason, who had a strong training camp in preseason, might prove a better short-term option than McCarthy. So if that's true, they might have actually killed Wentz just to avoid the drama that they would have got for if Brosmer came in and had like a good like second half, McCarthy comes in and has like a bad first quarter against the Lions because they probably know it's going to be a rough couple of weeks. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that'd be pretty crazy if it was.
I mean, coaches do that. I mean, they don't want the quarterback controversy, and it was already kind of going on with Wentz after a few decent performances and some wins that he had pulled out.
Well, I mean, you gotta.
I was just gonna say none of this bodes well for JJ McCarthy.
No, I mean, no.
It's been rough, and I mean he's gonna have to be good quick, otherwise it's gonna be a lot of pissed off fans. Like he's gonna have a hard time just playing in that environment because of like the boos and stuff. Like that's what destroyed, like Lions quarterbacks back in the day. It'd be like high draft picks like Joey Harrington, but like if the fans are just fed up already, they can make it rough for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's easy to get fed up when you have Justin Jefferson and Addison and two running backs that have looked pretty good. The O-line's been decent. Their defense has been really good with takeaways. I mean, so they have everything else there, and it's just the quarterback. So, if you traded away Daniel Jones and you traded away, I mean, I don't know if they traded these guys away, I guess. And
They lost them both at
just let them
basically
walk,
free agency.
whatever.
Yeah, they let them both walk,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. But that's the case, and all the other pieces on your team are there except the quarterback. Yeah, fans are going to be rightfully so.
I'm sure if you see McCarthy, and like I said, it's almost inevitable that he's going to have probably a bad game against the Lions. Like the Lions defense is going to be healthy for the first time in weeks. He's just coming back from being injured. Like it's okay for him to have a bad game against the Lions defense, but you're going to start hearing it if he does. And it's like you can't stop that momentum of all that negativity.
Where is that game? Do you know?
I don't remember where it is.
If it's at Detroit, yeah, I mean, they're going to get killed. But at least you don't have to worry about your fans booing your own players.
It's going to be in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're going to get killed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to put J.J. McCarthy in. What else are you going to do? I feel like the season's fucked anyway. Like, with the Packers looking good and the Lions looking good. I don't think the Bears are any good anymore. We'll get to that next. But I don't think... I think the top 7 in the NFC are the top 7 going forward. I don't see any switch-ups in the top 7 playoff seedings for the NFC. The other teams are just too good.
Yeah, there's a lot of like really good and really bad teams this year. It's like there's no real middle ground. Like the middle ground either moved up or moved down of all those teams. Like no one moved to the middle. So yeah, it just seems top heavy.
So you might as well put McCarthy in and play out the season. He has not played very much, and you might as well let him play. It'd be foolish to do anything else.
I think obviously it's never good when a player gets injured, but I think the situation with Sam Darnold coming up after the McCarthy injury was like the worst possible thing for them because it puts a lot of unrealistic expectations on McCarthy. They just need to figure out a way to just get through the season and hopefully rebolster like next season. And just unless McCarthy's just really good, maybe they were right and everyone else is just foolish. But those are
that's what my thought is McCarthy might still be. It might at least decent. I mean, he looked bad, but he might be decent. He's played 3 games.
Right.
That's not enough for me to say for sure that he's just a bust. That's not nearly enough information. Especially he's young too. He was one of the younger rookies.
I think he's still the youngest quarterback in the league, even 1 year in.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the Vikings do going forward. Is that a Sunday noon game? They play at the same time as Packers?
Yes, that's a noon game.
Okay. Well, we'll figure out a way to watch some of it at least. Yeah, their Vikings thoughts. All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry, Ashley. I don't think this is the year.
No, not the year.
Next up, we had Bears versus the Ravens. So I finally get to say it again. The Bears still suck.
The Bears still suck.
The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
They're on a 4-game win streak there. They got to 4-2. which is exactly where they got to last year before an epic collapse and 10 losses in a row. So we'll see if that plays out again. Currently, I would not be surprised, to be perfectly honest. They lost 16-30. They did not manage to get their +3 turnover differential like they have been getting, and they basically just come back to earth and look pedestrian against one of the worst defenses in the league and a Lamarless Baltimore offense. Caleb Williams, we'll have to talk about this because I know Jim, we're kind of on Caleb Williams still, but 25 of 38, 285 yards, 66% completion, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. Do you still believe in the guy, or are you fading?
He's had a rough game. I thought he played actually okay last week. Wasn't it last week he had like 1 touchdown and he was getting hated on a bunch?
Yeah, against the Saints.
Yeah. And again, the Saints turned the ball over. I think they turned it over 4 times.
No, I'm
And they
thinking
beat
of when he
him
played
by
against the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, the Commanders, I didn't think he played it. He's played 1 good game this year against the Cowboys, I think, and that was it. Other than
I thought the
that, I
Commanders
can't think of a
game-
good game.
I don't think a lot of people thought
They
the
won.
Commanders was good, but I thought he played better than people thought. But anyway, yeah, no. No, he's starting to struggle. You're starting to see it, kind of the same stuff we saw last year. One of the things that I liked about him was the stuff off of like script, and they're trying to rein him in a little bit more, so he's kind of not as dynamic as he was. And maybe it's like a building thing, but yeah, I thought he looked kind of better earlier in the year than he has the last couple games. So you would want to see that go the other way, right?
He does not look comfortable throwing from inside the pocket.
No, he's like excellent at moving around in the pocket and like shaking, just getting around and getting outside of the pocket. He's excellent at that. I'll give him that. But it's like when it comes time to throw, it's just, I don't know. I just don't see enough good throws. Like
He's
even when he hits the
missing
guy,
too
it's
many
like he
big
hits
throws.
them where they have to. Yeah, like he hits a guy, but the guy has to stop, and it's like, well, now he just killed that play because now he gets tackled right away. Like hit him in stride, he could have taken it for more, and it's just that kind of stuff constantly. Like the completion percentage isn't great, but I think it's worse than the completion percentage, even in my opinion, because he just hits guys inappropriately. Not in stride, so they can keep going.
Well, to add to that, there's an article, not an article, but just like analysis done on completion percentage over the expected, and this is more advanced statistics, so it's someone's data that they're using. So I'm sure it's subjective, but the worst quarterback was Caleb Williams, and he should be 7.1% lower basically in passer or completion percentage than basically he is. That's what they're saying. So, he's been pretty bad. And the other quarterbacks around him, the next one is Trevor Lawrence, followed by Jackson Dart, Dylan Gabriel, and Michael Penix. So, I mean, that puts him in some pretty rough territory.
It's not great company.
No. So, yeah, he's having a hard time. And I thought, maybe Ben Johnson's going to rein him in a little bit more. And he just seems uncomfortable. Like, Heebs was saying, he wants the plays to break down and play outside of the pocket, like you could do in college. And, he's just not able to do that as much in the NFL. Bigger, faster, stronger, it's
More
teams are
much more
better.
disciplined.
Right. So he doesn't really work in the structured part of the game yet, and he needs to figure that out.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ben Johnson with Jared Goff was fantastic. That's a completely different kind of quarterback you're dealing with. That's a guy who would like to sit in the pocket and get a quick throw to a well-designed play and hit the guy in stride. And it doesn't seem to be what Caleb Williams wants to do at all.
And none of that stuff that Caleb does, Goff did. That was all like outside of like the structure of the Lions offense. Like they don't even have any of that kind of stuff in their offense because they just literally can't run it. So just think of it like a traditional offense. You need all the other stuff. And yeah, he struggles at that compared to someone like Goff.
But yeah, I mean, the other parts of the Bears don't even look bad. Like their defense has been good this year. I mean, it's mostly turnovers, but I think they were first or second in the league in turnovers.
They're getting them. That's what matters.
Yeah, they've been leading.
Yeah,
and too.
Yeah, and what's his name? DeAndre Swift has been looking excellent this whole season. So it's like you got everything else. Like It seems like it's the quarterback is the problem for the Bears right now. I can't say what else it could be.
They definitely have enough talent. They can compete. They just need more consistent play.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they put it together in the future. What else do I got here? Yeah. So the Bears, they did start this game with two honestly really good long drives, and they looked pretty good. But unfortunately, both those drives ended in field goals rather than touchdowns. What else we got for the Bears? They kind of got back to standard Bears at the end of the half and the end of the game by just doing completely terrible clock management and honestly just handing the game away at the end of the game. I don't think that's Ben Johnson. Like the quarterback sneak thing, it seemed like that was on Caleb to get that together way faster. Like it took him like 15 seconds to get the quarterback sneak together rather than 5 seconds. And then you try it, didn't work. It's like, well, now the game's over. It took way too long to get your guys lined up for a fucking quick quarterback sneak.
Was it
I feel like
a
everyone
hurry
should have
up?
been on the same page of what's that?
Was it a hurry up?
Yeah, I mean they were down near the goal line. I mean this was already like the game's probably fucking over anyways. This was at the end of the game,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they had completed a pass, got to like the 3, and then they lined up to try to like do a quick quarterback sneak or some sort of quarterback draw. Like Caleb took the ball. And it seemed like that was supposed to be the play, but it just took so long to line it up. It's like you can't even do that anymore. Now it took so long. Now you need to pass it, and
You gotta go for it. Yeah.
I guess that's just young quarterback stuff. But you think that would be instilled in them. Like you can't do that. That's Bears kind of stuff.
You need to have command. Yeah. No, I mean that kind of comes down to both the coach and the quarterback, but I would say it leans on the quarterback more than anything. Like he's got to have them ready to get ready for the next play, especially if they're going to be hurrying up like that.
But yeah, I mean that's Bears are kind of doing Bears things in this one. They had been avoiding it for the last 4 weeks, and they've been winning the games. Not making those stupid mistakes. And this game they did. On the Ravens side of the ball, Tyler Huntley honestly didn't even look bad. 17 of 22, 186 yards, 77% completion rate, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. I mean, in this game, he was the better quarterback. There's really no question about it. That's the backup quarterback.
I don't know why they started Cooper Rush after watching him versus Tyler Huntley. Like, why didn't Huntley play this time?
I feel like they wanted something different, from their offense. Maybe they thought they could kind of change it up against teams, but Huntley works better because he runs a very similar offense to Jackson. So like their whole offense is built around Jackson. So I think it just players are doing more what they do naturally with Huntley. So Huntley might not be as good of a quarterback, so that might be the hard part. But yeah, Rush just doesn't fit into the offense very well. They finally had their defense back though this week too. That helped a lot. Like a lot of their
defense getting healthier again. Not Jair though. Huntley. Yeah, he had 8 different players in this game. Derrick Henry got back to form a little bit. I mean, he had 71 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, the Ravens did need this win. I mean, they were desperate for a win if their team was one because they play again on Thursday night. I don't know if Lamar Jackson's going to play. Hopefully he does, but these guys need to really put together a long string of wins here to make sure they get into the playoffs.
I think the Thursday night game is why he didn't play Sunday. I think they didn't want to have him play back-to-backs like that quick, so they decided let's give him the more rest, have him play the further out game, and just, see how things go from there. And they probably opponent Bears are, even though they were kind of on a run, they were beating bad teams, so you could watch them. You could see it's not really a great team or anything. They're just kind of beating up on lesser competition.
Yeah, that's the Bears. They dropped to 4-3 now. Still a winning record. I mean, they can't be too upset. But I think I said this early on. Like, I feel like the Bears, what they really wanted this year was for Caleb Williams to look good. I don't think they should have been thinking about a playoff run.
He's still not there yet.
And yeah, I feel like they haven't seen that, unfortunately.
Well, how many of these young quarterbacks have taken a few years to really develop. I mean, look at all the examples lately of these quarterbacks they kind of sucked it up in years 1 through 3, 4, and then all of a sudden come 5, 6, 7. I mean, we got Darnold, Daniel Jones, Baker. I know there was one more. Geno Smith looked pretty good for a while when he was with the Seahawks, and he didn't look very good at all his first handful of years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the way the college game is. Maybe it's just taking some of these guys longer to adapt. And
Bryce Young's looked a little bit better this year too.
yeah.
So far,
he was
he's
the other
looked
one
a
I was
little
trying to
better.
think of.
I think a lot of it's just situation. So I think when these, teams don't build their roster up, around the quarterback and they try to go quarterback first, there's just too many holes. And the good quarterbacks just can't, or the good quarterbacks can hide them, but the bad quarterbacks can't. And a lot of times I think they, succumb to that, and their career ends up in a rocky start, but they still have talent. Then they go to a situation like, Jones going to a really good, Colts nucleus, and then he doesn't even have to even be great to look great. He's just playing probably above average. He's done that before.
Yeah. I mean, that might be all there is to it. But I feel like the Bears have the talent to do that. That's the thing. Because they had traded away their first round draft pick their number 1 overall draft pick for 2 extra first round draft picks, which turned into another first overall and plus whatever, and they have so much talent there that it's crazy to me that they can't put it together.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like
there's
that's not an
definitely.
excuse for them.
Yeah. No, I was saying this more for like these quarterbacks that end up in these situations. Yeah, I think some of them are just bad, and he might just be that. If he can't play consistent play to play, Daniel Jones, at least, like, you saw him struggle when his team around him struggled, right? Like, when his
Yeah.
team around him played well, he normally played okay. Like what you're saying is, like, even though the Bears team around him is playing well, they're losing because he's making a mistake here in a critical moment. Those are the things that you can get by with if you're putting up really good stats elsewhere, but he's not doing that either.
Well, we'll see how they go going forward. I mean, they have an easy schedule this year, so they might pile on some more wins, but I don't know if they're going to win games if they don't get turnovers. Like, that seems to be what their success was based off of, getting, like, their defense is just dominant at getting 3 turnovers. When you get the good field position and the ball an extra 3 times a game, that's a monstrous advantage to have. And some of those games they only win by like a single score or a single point. It's like, damn, you had a 3 turnover differential and you won by a point. That's not impressive. But yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts, Bears Ravens? All right,
9.
Let's get into the matchup we were all waiting for. So we had the Packers versus Aaron Rodgers. Packers win 35-25. So the Packers trailed this one at halftime, 13-7. They also trailed at the end of the third quarter. But fourth quarter, I mean, really the second half / the fourth quarter, the Packers just were on fire. They only gave up a garbage time touchdown in the fourth quarter. Jordan Love, hell yeah. 29 out of 37, 78% completion rate, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks, 134.2 rating. So we putting him back into the MVP talk now. I mean,
he's never was in the
fantastic
MVP talk, but I mean,
well, he's in it now.
He can be in it now. Yeah, I'll let you have it now.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers cannot get the run game going. This team succeeds or fails with Jordan Love right now. I don't know why we can't get the run game going. We do need to figure that out because we can't have this all season, but we're winning and losing based on Jordan Love right now. That's the way it is. And he played awesome in this game. That's why we won.
I mean, the Steelers' defense has some big issues. I still need to see him do it against a good defense. Like, he didn't really look that good against the Browns. He did struggle against the Lions a little bit too. And I think it might not even be a love issue as much as it's like your receivers against better corners. Like, do they have the ability to get open as they do against, lesser competition? I just feel like they still don't have that guy to get separation. That would be my big concern with him. But if you can get the run game going, that stuff doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, and that definitely does need to happen. But like I said, I mean, they only had 94 rushing yards. I think Josh Jacobs did have a touchdown, but it'll help too when we got Christian Watson back this week, and he actually had a pretty big game. What did he have? He had 85 yards on 4 catches. So I mean, that's his first game back. He was also blocking. I mean, the dude looked 100%. It was awesome to see him back because he's big and he's strong, so he can block and he's fast as fuck too. So I mean, having him back on the field does help us a ton. First game of the season with him back, and a great showing from him.
I think like Rodgers or maybe Love, but didn't one of them have like crazy stats with and without Christian Watson? Or was that Rodgers at the end of his career there? Or was that Love like last year?
I mean, Rodgers only played 1 season with him.
So maybe
it might have been Love last year.
I know he has like some like crazy stats when he's like in the game to like kind of show like he might be like a really good receiver. I just know Packer fans have been on him for a couple years now, hoping he's going to break out because of like those type of games when he is in. Typically, he does really well. That's what I was looking about.
Yeah, he just needs to stay healthy. I mean, he looks good when he plays, but he needs to stay healthy.
He definitely seems like the best option out of all the receivers there.
Yeah, I think Jaden Reed's really good too, and he's out. Christian Watson's been great. He's been out. Matthew Golden, I don't know. He's still developing. I mean, the Packers are always going to spread the ball around. Matt LaFleur's been asked about this a ton of times. He's like, we're never going to have a dominant wide receiver one. This is not going to happen on this team. We're spreading the ball around. That's how it's always going to be. But when you're spreading around between Wicks and Heath and
Dobbs
versus Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Golden, and Dobbs, like, you prefer to have your best 4 versus your, 3 to 7.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you got all those guys out there,
game.
It's a good receiving core. Like, I don't think anyone's complaining about that. It'll just be interesting to see how that works in like later in the season. Especially if your running game isn't going and you have to rely on the pass, just to see like if you have that receiver that can break, tight coverage.
Yeah. Well, at some point, I think we need to start slinging it off the get-go and then go to the run later. I feel like we're trying so hard to get the run game going. I feel like this is why we struggle so hard in the first. We just keep trying to do it, and it's like, it's not working. And I feel like teams watched us last year too, and like when we were kind of whooping ass at the end of the season, it was the Josh Jacobs show.
Yeah.
I think teams kind of were like, if we shut down Josh Jacobs, that's how we beat the Packers. So I think that's what they're trying to focus on. So I think we need to kind of change it up and be like, let's feature Jordan Love in the pass game. It will kind of be, we'll bust out the run afterwards, after teams have to adapt, because Jordan Love's been good. I mean, he's been fantastic this year. And if he keeps doing that, like, eventually teams have to be like, all right, we can't just sell out to stop Josh Jacobs. That's not going to be a winning strategy.
Is Jacobs just not healthy? Well, he's had some injury issues.
I don't know, but Emmanuel Wilson looked pretty good yesterday.
Emmanuel Wilson looked good in the second half,
Yeah. He did.
Which is strange. And I don't think that. I think it was the second half, and I think there was better run blocking in the second half. I don't know why. And I don't know if our line's good at run blocking. Honestly, more focused on pass blocking. I mean,
I think also Green Bay was just wearing down to Pittsburgh's defense at the end of that game.
Yeah. They lost one of their defensive tackles too, I think, in that game, didn't they?
Yeah. Somebody on the defensive line. I don't remember who it was, though.
Yeah, it was a big name play.
I mean, this has been their worst defensive season in a long time. They've been really struggling. They went out and got some older corners, but it just has not worked. And it's been obviously really, really bad. They don't have speed to keep up. Probably, the Packers are a terrible match for them too, because of all those older, slower corners. The Packers have a lot of young, fast receivers. That's how they want to win, right? They want to just play a speed game and then have Tucker Kraft just kind of run over safeties and linebackers in the middle.
Yeah, I mean that's my other note on the game is Tucker Kraft. Goddamn.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he got the ball, it was like a highlight reel play.
He looks
no one
like
could
the
tackle him.
best.
It was like 4 guys every time he got the ball. It was like one guy knocked down, the next guy juked. He just couldn't be stopped. I mean, that was fun to watch. It was National Tight End Day. I'm sure I've
Yeah.
1,000 times, but man, that guy had a nice tight end day. That's for sure.
He looks like the best tight end in the league right now.
He might be.
I wouldn't go that far, but there was a lot of talk about Sam Laporta looking a lot like Rob Gronkowski in his rookie year, and I was like, it never really made sense to me. I was just kind of like, are they just trying to say he's the next young good tight end? But like in actual play style, Tucker Kraft reminds me of Gronkowski. Like he's got that same like refusal to go down. I still feel like it's a lot of it's really open like play calls, like they get him wide open.
They
like
get him in
this
stride.
game. So I wonder if that's going to like slow down ever, or if that's just going to always work. Is that like him just being really good, or is that LaFleur scheming him open like really well? I'm sure it's a little bit of both, but it'll be interesting to see like how the season plays out overall. But yeah, you can't be disappointed at that draft pick at all. Like I mean, he's been, like I said, I want to go with the best tight end in the league, but you can't say he's far off.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he has his. It's just nice to have that kind of weapon there. Some games he's fairly quiet, but we needed him in this one, and he showed up big. And if that keeps happening, teams have to adjust a little bit to take care of him, and that helps you get your run game going. So you get your other receivers open too. If you got to keep an eye on Kraft all the time, so it's good to have the options.
Plus, at some point in November, they'll be getting Jaden Reed back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Boy, that's going to be fun. It was actually I like seeing Savion get in the end zone. I think that was his first touchdown as a Packer.
He got one before. Yeah, he got one before Matthew Golden did. Matthew Golden still don't have one. But yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. I mean, yeah, second half. Defense looked a lot better. I mean, the team just looked better. Special teams again. I don't know. Every week with fucking Packers special teams, something fucking. We missed 2 field goals in the first half. We get McManus back and he fucking misses a 51-yarder because he can't get it far enough. Guy.
They should have let Haversick in one more week.
I mean, Haversick kicked it from 61 just the week before, set a franchise record, and then we put McManus in and he can't get. Was it 51 or 53? It was low 50s, and he just shorted it, and then he shanked one wide to the left at the end of the quarter too. It's like, damn.
I thought the one he missed was like 57.
Was it 57?
So
it was pretty far.
It
was pretty far. But I feel like 57 doesn't seem that far anymore. Like everyone's making high 50s now. I guess
there's some
kick.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't straight up like cut Haversick, but yeah, I kind of want to beat him back.
I mean, you make those, you have an extra 6 on the board. I mean, Steelers had a garbage time touchdown. Stop that. I mean, this game could have been an absolute fucking ass kick, but I mean, it was still a 10-point win. You can't really complain. But yeah, I mean, Packers defense also showed up in the second half. Parsons had a sack. Did Gary have 2 sacks in this one?
Gary had 2.
Yeah, Gary's had 2. Gary has more sacks than Parsons this year. I mean, but Parsons' sack, he got triple blocked on that one, and he still got.
Hot
damn, that's awesome.
Rashawn Gary has gotten a lot of sacks because quarterbacks have been running away from Micah Parsons.
Yeah, right to Gary.
Right to Gary.
3 guys are watching Parsons, so Gary just gets 1 blocker, and it's like, get around him, and you're gold.
When you think about it, Gary used to be the guy that got double blocked all the time. So, like, that guy is being single blocked more often than not. Like, that's the beauty of having someone like Parsons on your team. Your second best pass rusher is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to reiterate a point Kyle made, I think 2 weeks ago. Devontae Wyatt was back in there.
Yep.
He was a beast again.
Yeah.
So I think
he only played like 30 snaps, so he was on a snap count this week.
Yeah.
When he was in there, that's a lot of pressure up the middle.
I think he is very much not talked about enough as the impact he has when he's in there. Like he's turning into, I think, the guy that they wanted him to be.
He's our run stopper.
Yeah.
And the Steelers have been kind of developing a decent run game the last several weeks, and they did not have one in this game. And I think that's Wyatt for you.
It's a good win. I mean, I don't know if the Steelers are a great team, but like you said, they beat them pretty handily in the second half, and it was one of those games where it's like, the Steelers were ahead, but it was kind of like this game is close to being broken wide open just because it didn't really feel like the Steelers were moving the ball as well. The fishing was kind of weird though. There was like a couple of things where like that one offsides that Rodgers clearly got, and like they didn't blow a flag, so like that kind of threw some momentum off of the Steelers. Like they could have probably had a bigger lead going into the half, but it did feel like the Packers were kind of always playing better through most of the game. It was just kind of like a matter of when it was going to break. That's how it felt for me watching it.
It's always tough to go into Pittsburgh and win. Like that was the first time Green Bay had won in Pittsburgh since 1970.
Yeah. Exercising demons, that's a good thing.
It was also, even in the first half, you could hear the "Go Pack Go" chants. Kind of
I
insane.
heard that. Yeah, I heard that after a first.
Like even the first half when they were losing, and then all throughout the second half, and even Bruce Arians made a comment on the Pat McAfee show. He's like, Steelers fans ought to be embarrassed. He's like, you can't be hearing "Go Pack Go" chants. The Steelers were on a silent count.
Yeah.
Later in the second half.
Ryder said that in the post game interview. He's like, go into a post silent count at home very often.
Big time props for Green Bay for just straight up invading Pittsburgh.
It's Packers versus Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, I mean, that's going to draw some extra Packers fans down to that game.
The Lions did that.
Rodgers wasn't even that upset about it after the game. He kind of had a smirk on his face when he was like, "Yeah, I was hearing the Go Pack Goes." It sucks when you have to go to a silent count on your home field, but Packers fans travel well.
Travel well, big game, yeah. Big moment.
But yeah, I mean, Steelers defense does seem to suck. They're the highest paid defense in the NFL, but they have not been good this year. They do need to figure that out. I think it's part of the ways that Rodgers went there too. He's like, I'll have an elite defense. I just got to play pretty good, and he has been playing pretty. Even in this game, he played pretty good. I don't think I wrote any mistakes down. I didn't, but yeah. I mean, he's not vintage MVP Rodgers, but he still looks pretty damn good so far this season.
The Rodgers Favre arc is way too like eerie how close it is. Like he's not playing that far off of what Favre did on the Vikings when they went to the playoffs, almost the Super Bowl. Like if it was just a better team around him, if you had a young Adrian Peterson running the ball, maybe he's got a chance. It just doesn't have as good of a situation.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be. That's the weird part. It's like I don't know why the defense is so. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers always have a good defense. Like, when was the last time the defense was like bad? I can't remember. They get to the playoffs every year because their defense. They have games and they sneak in.
They have good players on defense, but they just can't seem to put it together as a unit.
Yeah,
I think they're just older corners. I just don't think they're as fast as they used to be. You can't have like a team of those guys. You need like some young legs just to be able to guard like the Tyreek Hills, Waddles, J-Mo's. Like I don't think they have like that youth injection. So like they're good, but they're only good for like short distances. Like Slay is like what, 32? There's no way that guy's running a 4.4 anymore. He's probably like a 4.5. And then who's the other guy?
Jalen Ramsey.
He was never even like that fast, right? Like he was a big corner. So like if he starts getting a little bit slower, he's probably around the same age. Like I feel like that has a lot to do with it. Like I feel like they overvalued those like aging corners and they're just not playing well.
Slay was getting beat all night.
Yeah.
Like he just might be at the end of his career. Like corners don't last that long, Like once you start losing your top end speed, you're done. Or you go to safety for a year or two.
If you got like the really good instincts, you can stick around for a while, like some of those guys do. But I don't know. They do need to figure that out. Because I feel like Rodgers is kind of getting the short end of that deal because he's doing what he was brought there to do, which is be pretty good. And the defense is just fucking him.
He's definitely an improvement over Justin Fields and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's way better than they've had. It was the best quarterback they've had since Big Ben, easily.
Yeah.
Also, special shout out to Quay Walker for having DK Metcalf poke him in the eyes and not react.
Yeah,
Quay's come a long ways in his mentality. So, I mean, that honestly helped us out a lot. That was a 15-yard penalty against the Steelers there. And if Quay would have retaliated, Quay probably would have got the penalty, and we would have given him a free first down instead of backing up to 3rd and 17 or whatever. So Quay, way to keep your cool.
Whenever something bad happens to the Packers, that meme of him running down the tunnel, like just like crying, like that gets posted every time. I feel kind of bad for him now because, like, that's like gonna kind of mess you up a little bit mentally too, to like relive that moment over and over again. Like, I kind of felt like, kind of bad for him now. It's like, dude, that's gone on way too long. Like, yeah, he messed up, but
that was that was his rookie year, and that was the last unsportsmanlike conduct he ever got. So he said he got into meditating, and he said he's way better at keeping his cool now.
I saw this interview on Reddit with him talking about it. It seemed pretty cool. I'm never gonna hate on that. If someone actually realizes they have an issue and has a problem, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and try to improve it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Packers versus Steelers?
That was an impressive second half. Toyotathon must have started right at halftime.
No, Toyotathon's not even on yet. That's the thing. Jordan Love's pre-Toyotathon. Jordan Love, right? It's gonna get better.
Oh, the other thing I wanted, 20 straight completions ties a Packer record.
Yeah.
He had his last 4 of the first half, and then he ripped off 16 in a row in the second half.
We just need a whole game of this performance.
Yeah.
We always do this in the second half, but the first half, nothing goes right for us in the first half. But the second half,
you got to get another win against a good team. Like, you only had those wins early, and it's like you've really struggled against some bad teams the last couple of weeks. Like, this is a good one, but like you need to beat a good team again, like kind of convincingly, I think, to be like at the top of the league again. That you guys.
Well, we got Philly in a couple of weeks.
I don't know what you mean by that, because we are at the top of the NFC anyways.
Yeah, number 1 team in the NFC.
I don't think any Packer fan feels that way, though. I feel like most of them.
Oh, I do. No, I do. I mean, your Lions beat the Bucs for us, and now we are number 1 in the NFC. So we owe you one. We'll take it slightly easier on you on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But not too easy.
Okay. We'll see. Packers look good. I don't think they're better than the Lions, though.
I mean, I guess we didn't really get to talk about Lions. I mean, you guys, since last time we talked to you, you've lost to the Chiefs and you beat the Buccaneers. I mean, you still feel like Lions are the best top of the NFC right now?
Yeah. I don't think the Chiefs loss is a bad thing. I thought that was a game that was... They were hitting the Chiefs at like the wrong time. Like, they had to play the Chiefs like 2 weeks earlier. Probably easy win. But like the Chiefs are really starting to get things together. You're playing against Pat Mahomes. And like there was some bad officiating calls too, which kind of took the sails out of the team. I don't really blame officiating for losses, but I think that kind of hurt them a little bit earlier. Like, they lost that touchdown on the first drive, that
weird.
It got taken away because of a pre-snap motion. And then there was no flag on the play. We scored a touchdown. And then they called down, and then basically they threw a penalty on a pre-snap, which you can't do from the booth. You can only do that as like a pre-snap flag. If you throw it after, it doesn't count. So that was kind of weird. But anyway, that game was like, I knew it was going to be a close game. I don't think the Lions played good enough to win with the refs, but the refs didn't help that game either. It made it look a little more lopsided than I think it was. And then, honestly, I think the Lions' defensive effort against the Bucs was one of the best things I've seen in years from a defense.
I'm curious about that, because I felt like that whole game was predicated on Baker Mayfield just airballing fucking everything. Like, he just kept overthrowing all his receivers. I was like, damn, like, Tampa Bay's defense actually looked pretty good in that game, but I was like, damn, Baker Mayfield just keeps just overthrowing guys. This is weird, because he was kind of like the MVP at the time. What is happening with Baker right now? Like, he's getting open guys, and he's just sailing it like 2 feet over their head. I'm like, fuck, this is not what he's been doing all game, or all season, I should say.
On the final like couple drives, he was missing guys. Earlier in the game, the Lions were just not letting people get open. Like, he was having a hard time. It seemed like when that Mike Evans injury hit, and like the team lost motivation after that. Like, it took everything out of them. I don't know if it was something like, the game just wasn't going very well. And to just see like one of the leaders of the team go down probably for the season was a lot. I don't know, but that seemed to be part of what was going on there. And then he just started throwing crazy passes at the end. But we literally didn't have a starting, like we were on our fourth starter at corner, and then our fifth guy got hurt, and then the sixth guy and the seventh guy. I think the seventh guy we were down to like the seventh corner that we would have on our team. He literally only played 15 defensive snaps in his career. And he played like half the snaps on defense against one of the best offensive league. I don't know how they played so well. Like they were like playing like suffocating defense for like 2 quarters straight. That was some of the best defense I've ever seen from a bunch of no-namers. They were calling the Legion of Whom because like no one knew who they
Legion
were.
of whom?
Yeah, I honestly don't remember any of their names. I should remember one of them. I can't think of it right now. He was the guy who was the former receiver that like switched to corner and only had like 15 snaps of defense of his career. But yeah, that was impressive. So
I say
I don't
Tampa's
know.
also
I still think
down
they're the
their
best
top
team.
2 receivers.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they're down their 3 top receivers after Evans got hurt in that game.
No,
that's right, 'cause
Allen
I
wasn't
Buka
in,
was back.
and Buka wasn't in
Yeah, he was. He played the whole game.
against you guys.
Yeah, he came back. Him and Mike Evans were both
Oh,
back.
he was hurt this last week.
I thought he just got back this last week. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
against the
wrong.
Lions. He played against the
Okay.
Lions. Yeah, he just wasn't. He just didn't really do much. The Lions, like no-name corners, took him out.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I watched that game. I was like, damn, it just looked like Baker was not playing well. That's what it looked like to me. I was like, just some pressure, sure, but I mean, he takes hits. He's been pressured. He just kept airmailing guys. I was like, fuck. Like, you guys could have. They should have been more competitive than it was. And honestly, I was impressed with Tampa Bay's defense because they kind of kept the Lions in check for the most part. I mean, you guys only 24 points or something you had that game. I can't remember, but it wasn't like
That wasn't a lot. No, they're
it wasn't what you
struggling a little
expected from the
bit.
Lions against Tampa Bay's defense. But
I thought it was like 21-7 or something like that.
yeah,
We had like 24.
I mean, it was
we had over 21. It was like
it was
24.
one-sided,
Okay.
but it wasn't like what I expected. I mean, I expected that game to be like 31-36 or something like that. I was not expecting.
Most people expected a
defensive showings.
shootout because it was like
Yeah.
all the Lions corners were gone. Evans and Ibuka
Brian
were
Branch
both
was
coming
out
back.
too.
Yeah, we had no safeties, no corners. Like all our starters were out. Like we have no business having a good defensive effort that game. I don't know how that happened.
Guy stepped up.
Next man up. That's Dan Campbell's thing. And it always seems to, when we always feel like it's going to go bad, it never does with him. Like that's the one thing about him I can say. Like that shows he's a good coach. You always feel like, shoot, is this going to be the time of, it's just going to break and it's going to look terrible. Last year it did because we had just had way too many injuries, but this has been normal case for him. Like we'll lose like a whole position group for a little bit. We make it through. And then people get healthy. Like right now we're going to start getting healthy. We might have both our starting corners back probably by mid-November. And I think we're getting one of them back this week. So
Well, keep
Getting
him
healthy
healthy till
third time.
Thanksgiving. You're
Yep.
gonna need him.
hey, we got our defender back too. We got Aleem back, and that's one of the reasons why Baker's having a hard time because Aleem is probably our second best defender, and he was just destroying the middle of the pocket. So now you have the guy that can actually make pressure up the middle with Hutch over on the end. And that's when our defense is at its best. So that might be what will push us up another tier or two.
Well, yeah. Lions obviously they had their bye, so they didn't get a win this week. So we got our standings is Packers on top, as is tradition, at 5-1-1, only one loss in the season. Lions at number 2, 5-2-0. I always won't say the third part for the rest of them. Bears at 4-3, so still a winning record for the Bears. Vikings at 3-4, so only. I mean, there's a losing record, but not terrible in all honesty. So it's still a good division. I think the Bears and the Vikings are kind of out of it. The Bears just haven't played well enough. The Vikings haven't played well. I think the Packers have. They've shown the The Packers have looked elite during like certain parts of games. If they can just do it for a whole game consistently, I mean that's what they did the first 2 weeks, and since then it's been like you get it for a quarter, a half here and there, or the offense looks fucking fantastic for a while, but the defense is stopping it, or the defense is playing fantastic for a while. But so I mean, the Packers have like all the things I want to see. They just need to get it all at the same fucking time for a whole fucking game. But
it takes
it's
a
only
while
week
for
8.
teams to get that way because, like I said earlier when the season started, it takes teams till like week 7, week 8 before you really get to see what their teams are. And I think that inconsistency is that like you're seeing it on some sides of the ball. It's probably the signs of a very good team. They just gotta make sure they can do it for multiple quarters.
Yeah, that's the trick, and I don't know. I think they will. I feel like if the Packers play their A game all game and the Lions play their A game all game, I think the Packers can beat them.
I thought you said they're the best team in the league. You shouldn't even be worried. Well, I didn't realize we're talking about that.
We'll bring our B game. You guys bring your D game, and we'll lay down the law again. Okay, so I mean that's the NFC North. We got our standings. I wrote out a few other games. I didn't write much about them, but so the Jets win. They finally did it, 39-38. I don't know who would have saw this coming against the Bengals. I don't really have any notes on it because I didn't actually watch it. Yeah, Justin Fields got put back into the starting spot and won the game for him.
What a crazy week too. It was like we're benching him. Well, sorry, Tyrod's injured. We'll put Fields back out there after our owner just said he's garbage. Did you hear that?
Fuck that owner, dude.
It's like, what the fuck? Oh.
Did you? Yeah, that owner. Like I saw that thing he was saying. Is like, oh yeah, it's hard. Sucks. Is essentially what he said. I'm like,
yeah,
you're the owner of this franchise. That's like the wonder your franchise fucking sucks, dude. You're a terrible owner. Like, the problems start at the top and they're trickling down. This is where the Jets have 20 years, man.
Oh yeah,
be a better owner.
I saw some former quarterback today on one of the talk shows like rip into the Jets owner. It was just like, you can't be making these comments. Like, it's not the players. Like, we'll just go to history. You've had the longest drought of being in the playoffs of any team in professional sports. It's not even just the NFL. Like, you went in on them, and it's like it all is the owner. Everything goes back to the owner. He even said like Aaron Rodgers too. Like, look at how bad Aaron Rodgers was, and then moves on to the Steelers. He's playing well again. Everyone thought he was washed last year. It's like, yeah,
Sam Darnold, was on that team.
Yeah,
yep. That's why you build the nucleus around the quarterback before you put the quarterback in there. Otherwise, you're just going to rinse and repeat coaches and quarterbacks because you'll never have the consistency around them.
I'm not even saying quarterbacks. I'm just like, dude, it's at some point you got to be like, the problems are starting from the top and trickling down. Like, you have a shitty owner who's hiring his buddies or whatever, people he likes to do these jobs instead of like whoever's best at it. And it's like, dude, this all trickles down to a poorly performing team. And you try to do the right thing every so often. Have to mingle and get involved, and you just, I don't know. It's terrible. It's pathetic.
It's one of the reasons why the Packers have been so good for so long is I think they don't have an owner that has bad interests in mind. Like, they only are trying to win with the team in mind. Like, they only care about the team. Sure, there's some profit that probably is needed to be made, but like some of these owners are literally just in for profit. Like, these teams are becoming worth so much money, and they're increasing in value so quickly that they're just investments. They don't care what the team does. Like, if anything, they probably want to just do worse so they don't have to spend as much money on the team. Just let the team just inherently gain more value than sell it. So it's good to have a good owner that actually gives a shit about the team, because there's more and more owners now that don't.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Lions. When did they suddenly start getting good? When their owner died.
Yep. And we had a bunch of former
players
players that were like, nope, this is when the Lions are going to be good finally. Like, they all believed in her. And this is before any of the stuff like signing, Brad and Dan. There was like multiple players like, yeah, I sat down with her and we're just like, no, this is going to be good. You guys just need to hold on. And they were people that people like the community trusted too. So, yeah, ownership is everything in football. As unbelievable as I guess that is, you think it'd just be the players, but it comes from the top.
I don't think it's everything, but if you're gonna be a meddling owner and an owner that's talking shit about your players, like, yeah, dude, it's not any business. Like, oh yeah, my employees all fucking suck. That's why that's why we have a shitty company. It's like, what? You don't. Even if they do it, you don't fucking just go on TV and say that. It's
Woody
dumb.
Johnson
It's
does.
dumb. Yeah.
He gives no fucks.
And then you've got the Ursay kids in Indianapolis who are on the sidelines wearing heads they want to like
Everyone's like
understand
loving
like
their
that.
owner.
Yeah. Well, they're like on the field, like on the sidelines with headsets because they want to like learn how side of the business works.
Yeah, they're not
they're like all in.
actively trying to be involved in the business or
Right.
being like, oh, this guy fucking sucks, pull him out of the game. That's the difference. Like being there and experiencing and learning versus meddling.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what Ford did. She's around and she asked questions, but only so she knew, like the people around her knew what they were doing in the sense like they can explain it. I don't think she wanted to like overtake their authority. She just wanted to understand what they were doing. And I think that's the same thing they're doing in Indianapolis. Yeah, they just seem to want to learn the game so then they can be better as owners. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's the only thoughts I had on that one. Just the Jets won, so there will not be an 0-17 team here. No records are getting broken. So the Eagles, they cheated with the tush push. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to say. This is the most blatantly bad call I've seen in such a long time. I mean, under what world is that not a fumble? He's in the pile. He's moving forward. There has not been a whistle blown, and a guy pulled the ball out. That's a fumble. Like, in what world is that not a fumble? If he doesn't fumble, he gets those extra yards while he's pushing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because he fumbled, forward progress was stopped before he stopped progressing forward. It pissed me off so much. Who's the fucking coach over there?
Nick Sirianni.
No, the Giants coach.
Oh, Brian Dable.
Gable, yeah. He was so fucking pissed. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he always gets pissed. But I mean, dude, at that point, I might throw such a big tantrum you have to fucking remove me from the field at that point.
Yeah, no shit. Like, the refs can't even officiate this play now. Like, just get the fuck out the league.
With the stuff that's happening right now in the NBA, I honestly think like all our sports leagues are just fucked with like gambling. I think gambling is actually just destroying the sports world. Like I really do.
Well, I wish the NFL wouldn't have leaned into gambling so fucking much. Like it pisses me off. Like if you want to bet on sports, I have nothing against you, but I hate that. What was it, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago? I don't remember. Like probably longer ago, but like every other commercial during football, DraftKings and FanDuel.
Yeah, like, when the commercial
is
like
it's going to be 2 DraftKings. Yeah, it's going to be 2 DraftKings and 2 FanDuel commercials and a Chevy commercial. It's like every fucking commercial break or beer. Or in a beer commercial. But like,
oh, you got to throw Cialis in.
Yeah, boner pills because everyone that watches.
Well, here's.
But it's like it pissed me off they leaned into it so hard, and I understand why people are more engaged, people watch more when they're betting. But God, I think it's bad for the sport, and because they blocked those commercials for like 1 season or 2 seasons, then they said, "Fuck it, we're making money off this. Let's just lean into it." And they leaned into it, and now you watch post or pregame coverage of Packers Steelers, and like 15 minutes is dedicated to gambling lines. Like, oh, they have this. Josh Jacobs, good for 1 touchdown for plus 185. Like, I don't know what any of these numbers are. I don't do this, but I'm like, dude, shut the fuck. Can we talk about football? Like, why are we talking about it? Dumb. And so much time is wasted on it. I was watching on TV. I had 2 TVs on before noon. And I'm like, whatever channel I had on, I was like, just talking about gambling like this. And I changed the channel to another pregame thing. It's a bunch of other people talking about gambling. This is so dumb. It's annoying to me.
It's terrible. And like the worst thing is like when all this stuff happened in the NBA, ESPN like front page on their website was like, is like gambling ruining the NBA was like the headline or something. And then literally in the top right corner is like, here's DraftKings and all these different bets you can make. And it's like, what are we trying to do here? We're literally selling it, but then we're condemning it in the same like space on the internet. We're in a dystopia, man. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Strange.
Well, I didn't. Didn't the gambling thing have more to do with illegal poker games with the mafia?
That was involved in it.
That was part of it. There was players that were literally like tanking games intentionally, and then they were having like family members bet on them like crazy numbers, which is the dumbest thing ever. Like how they're gonna figure it out? Like, oh man, this guy's like prop bet for like 6 points is like on the under, and like just $300,000 in one little city just like bet on him. So yeah, that was one of the bets or one of the things that were being arrested for.
Well, it's not the first time. I mean, there was the Boston College point shaving scandal back in the 70s.
Yeah, it happened in college. Yeah, I remember all that going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't like it, and it also just makes every single referee call. Everyone's always like, "Oh, that's Vegas for you." Like that's what always happens every time.
Well, that's the thing. You can't be this bad at officiating. Like you need to clean up your officiating if you don't want that. But they want that. They want the chaos. Like it's like money driven. Like the more that they talk about the bogus calls, like it's just more media coverage. So it's like they fail and they fail upward. So they don't get punished for it because they'd have to lose viewership, but people just kind of respond to the negative, I think, more. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's been this last like year and a half, it seems like it's gotten really bad. Like more so than usual.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's because they lean into it, and now more people are watching solely because they're betting. Like there's probably people that watch the NFL now that never watched it before, but they're watching because they're betting.
And that fine detail stuff is going to be, brought up more too, because like there's just so many more eyes on it too, right? So every little like problem gets caught. So like these are still humans too as refs, so they're going to miss things. So that's the problem. It's like I'm sure there is some illegal stuff going on behind the scenes, but I also think a lot of these are just not even incompetence. It's just really hard to do what they do. So it's just there's a mix of so many things going on. It's all just it hurts the
yeah. I agree. The refs have a very hard job. But I was bringing up for the tush push in general because I'm like, damn, this play is just strange. Like, they just can't get this one right.
Right. And, no, they haven't. It's been
I feel like the Packers got a lot of, I don't know. They got a lot of attention last year, negative attention for being the team that put forth, let's ban this play. Everyone's like, oh, a bunch of pansies. Like, oh, they can't stop. Now teams are stopping it. Well, the Giants stopped it. It's like, nah, it doesn't count. You can't stop that play. It's a free first down. It's a free 2 yards every time, no matter what you do. We're giving them 2 yards. Or we'll give them 1 yard because you strip sacked them or because you stripped the ball out before we got the 2 yards, so they only get 1 yard.
Well, and we already proven that it's like really easy to like call some like really nitpicking rules on them on this to like get them to like play it more consistent and fair too. So like the league is guilty for that as well. Like they could be a lot more strict on it, and they aren't. That like they don't seem to care enough to like stress these rules. They said, "Oh, we're gonna do it for a week," and they never really did. Honestly, most of the calls go for the Eagles than against.
Yeah, and two, like I don't understand why like after that play they couldn't. Like it happened with the Lions against the Chiefs. Like after the play happened, they're like, "That was a legal formation. We're throwing the flag." I'm just like, is that allowed? I don't fucking know. But on this play, they're like, nope, calling the field stands. We stopped forward progress before we blew the whistle. And it's like, what? Someone from New York can't call and be like, nah, dude wasn't stopped.
The rule is always the whistle. Like when the whistle goes, like that's always been the rule, because if like the whistle,
that's what I always thought.
Yeah, it's still a live play because that's to tell the players when to stop. But yeah, like they're just making up rules now. It seems it feels that way.
The only other game I wrote down this week, they're a weird team this year. I mean, they look really good one week, they look god awful the next week, then they look good again, they look awful again. They lost 10-34 to the Dolphins, who I thought was just a joke of a team. I don't know how Like, how did Bijan not have 200 yards in this game?
Yeah.
Like, he had like 30 yards.
I think the Falcons are the perfect example of like a lot of high end talent, but not like they don't have it all yet. They have like some really crazy talented players that they can blow up, games, especially in offense. And they actually have a pretty good defense, but their offense is way too inconsistent because they're all young players still. They don't really have. I think this game was Kirk Cousins is back too, right? And we still don't know if Kirk Cousins is just like not like done for his career. He might just be milking a contract. I didn't watch the game.
It appears that he is done.
Yeah.
he could just not be able to throw anymore.
But that was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he also might have been like, I am playing this year. I'm just showing up and collecting my $40 million a year. I don't give a shit.
Well, he couldn't throw last year. Like he could not plant off of his plant foot. So like like I said, you could see that. I guess I didn't watch the game, so I don't know. But if he still can't do that, he can't. He's basically a worse version of Chad Pennington at that point after the injury.
When did he hurt his Achilles? Was that before Rodgers or after Rodgers? Because Rodgers looks fine now, and Rodgers is old.
It was after.
Was it after Rodgers? Yeah.
Everyone heals differently, though. So, I mean, especially at that age.
It's true.
Like, I mean, they're both old, and Kirk Cousins never really had a lot of athleticism. And look at Rodgers. He's not the same after, but he still has enough.
He's not the same. But he doesn't look that bad.
Right.
I think Rodgers.
Cousins can't.
One thing I'll say about Rodgers, though, is Rodgers is driven, though. So, like, if there's a way to get healthy faster, I mean, the dude was probably busting his fucking nuts off to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, apparently he was ready to play by the end of that same season, according to him, which is a load of shit.
Oh, that was
Roger.
I hated that. I'm coming back. Like he was dead set on it. I'm pretty sure he was told by the team, like, no, we're not putting you back. I bet you he wanted to play. So he was pushing for it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the matchups I had for this week. I don't know if you have any Indiana Jones stats to bust out. They won again, like they always do.
Yeah, they're top of the AFC. They smoked Tennessee, which isn't hard to do.
Only team with a better record than the NFL.
Yeah. The other game I kind of watched was New England and Cleveland. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks in this game all by himself. But Drake May, dude's legit.
He looks very good. I feel bad for Myles Garrett, but
he took the money.
He stayed there.
He could have
got traded. Bitched for like a month and a half about it's not about the money. I want to go to a winning franchise, winning team. I'll stay then.
Yeah.
He was also the driving force to get Baker Mayfield off of the team.
I've heard that before. I didn't look into it, but I have heard that before.
It seems legit. Like he was at least actively like pushing for it. It wasn't just like lukewarm, like he wanted a different quarterback. So if that's the case, he deserves it because like Baker's been incredible since. And I could easily see him ganging up on him because I was back with Odell, and like Odell had some like hit piece out there of his dad like bitching about Baker on social media, which is like a huge deal back then. So like there was some weird stuff that went on with that Baker Mayfield situation. So yeah, if he had anything to do with that, honestly, fuck him. You can just get his career sack stats and then move off to paradise like Joe Thomas.
Yeah. Isn't he the guy also who took someone's helmet off and then swung it at their head?
Yeah.
He tried to kill
tried to kill Mason Rudolph.
That's right. Yeah.
And then tried to make like a racial thing afterwards, even though it was just him like losing his shit. And, like no one even like said like what he said was right. They're just like, yeah, no. He pretty much just went crazy.
Yeah, I think that was just an excuse he pulled out.
Yeah, he
made a racial comment. It's like, dude, the guy plays 70% of his team are minorities.
Right.
He plays in the NFL. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a racial slur thrown around.
At least not openly.
I can't imagine that happens in the NFL. Yeah.
Patriots, baby. Top of the AFC East.
The Patriots look good. They actually look very good so far. I've been
They got
surprised.
the best quarterback from the draft last year.
Yeah,
Yes.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
I bet you no one thought that after year one.
I know.
Every step of the way. At the draft, he was considered number 3. After year one, I bet you most people considered number 3. And now, like, halfway through the season, it's like, I mean, he's been injured, so that's different. But
yeah, it's
right now, May's looking the best. Like, he's looked better than Daniels did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, May's been looking fantastic. He's got to be in the top 5 MVP kind of candidates going on right now. I would imagine.
I would probably put him over Love just because of like the narrative
I think-
between him.
I think 95% of people would put him over Love. Sure, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been awesome.
So Love is probably
I'm
like
trying
what
to
borderline
dislove,
top 5. No, that's all I'm trying to figure out. Love is probably like top 5, like right around there. Maybe like in the
I don't know.
7
You
to
got
like
Baker.
5.
You got.
Love should go over Baker at this point. Baker's had some bad games.
He said
So
two
it'd
pretty
be
bad
like
games, so
Goff, Allen,
Goff would be up there.
Mahomes, Love, May. Like
Oh, Stafford. Stafford's got to be in that talk too.
Yeah.
Stafford's in there too.
He's having an awesome season.
Honestly, I don't think anyone's really pulled enough out of that group to really, have like a real obvious favorite. But I think all those quarterbacks can be in a group together right now, fighting
Yeah.
for it. I think you could make a case from every one of them right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're halfway through the season. A lot of football left to go.
Yep, and things are starting to tighten up now. Injuries are going to start playing a bigger factor as well. So
Yep.
we're just getting started.
Any other NFL talk, or should we end her there?
We could probably end her there.
Cut it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and enjoy your Jameis Winston quote of the week. Goodbye.
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 I know. I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes. Like that's not me.